So I wanted to do a quick update on what I am doing right now. I've pulled out all of my sketches, notes, journals, and business plans, storylines, out. Pulled everything out. And the crystal grid that I had is going to be going back away. I will be keeping a few things out. I'm going to keep out my all of my spheres. So I've got these starting here, and I have them in the chakra order right now. And it is full moon. The sun is charging them, and then later this evening they are going to receive moonlight as well. And these stones to me represent who I am as the human being. So even though they're spherical in shape, I imagine that they are representative of the human who lives on the planet. So I've taken my guitar out in the spirit of beginning to play again, something I haven't done since I was a teenager, and I've got my drum out, which I was able to lead drum circle actually when I went to Utopia this year. But anyways, back to this. These books here are okay, so continuing with my video here, I had to like go and do a dance because I had so much energy. I was having a hard time figuring out exactly what I wanted to say, because what I'm talking about is it's brand new information for me as well right now. It's something that I was aware of, but just now as I was doing this, I realized that this writing that I did was I was writing down what I was hearing in my dreams, what I was seeing from spirit, and what I have been doing for the past 15 years is attempting to create a connection with my divine self through my heart, my mind, and my body. And I flipped a switch in the past, probably, I mean, the switch is flipping rather right now. It's in process of flipping, and it's flipping a light on. And what I was told today was that I'm going to have my creativity activated in a huge way because I've now decided to speak my truth in these YouTube clips. And so it was quite overwhelming, and I had to turn the camera off. Anyways, I'm back, and what I was trying to tell you is that these crystals that I'm going to be keeping out, that are collecting sunlight right now, and then full moonlight later tonight, are going to be going under my bed, you know, in alignment with that chakra in the body. So it's going to work through the night under my mattress as I'm sleeping. And this is something that you might consider doing if you are doing chakra work. So I'm doing that, and I'm putting my crystals away, and I was like, okay, I need to get back into my writing because I've been doing a lot of meditation and a lot of exercise, yoga, dancing, energy work, meditation, and playing with my crystals, which, you know, I can do it for hours, because what I do is I give each one a label, and then, you know, as I'm moving them around in different kind of scenarios and situations, I'm almost using them in an algebraic expression kind of way, and trying to solve, you know, abstract concepts for myself by using these objects, you know, almost as a chess game. Obviously not chess, but like I'm moving them around like that. They're pawns, and you know, I'm using them to create concepts. Like what I'm doing with these spherical stones right now that are shaped like the chakras. I'm giving them the job, when I put them under my bed, of, as I'm sleeping, attune my chakras. And what we're going to do tonight when they get infused with moonlight, I'm going to be doing, my meditation is going to be a release. And the release is going to be on my fears and insecurity surrounding love of others. And it's going to be for me to continue to release the familial scripts from my childhood, contracts that I made in previous lives that were kind of played out in my childhood, and that I am choosing to remove myself from now. So I'm going to be doing that work, and then these crystals will have that thought process in them. And then when I put them under my bed, I'm going to then activate all of them together as a grid, and they're going to be kind of turned on, if you will, for that purpose. So I recently, yesterday actually, one of the people that I subscribe to on YouTube, her name is Krista Raisa. She is, she has a communication that is coming from Orion. And this is a group that is called the High Council. And basically, this is for those of us that understand, this kind of different perception or observer perspective of time and light, and how light moves, and how much time it takes for that light to travel. People that have this understanding are called starseeds. And what this understanding is it's connecting all parts of self so that you're completely congruent. And when you become completely congruent in this 3D life, then you heal and you kind of gain access to time in a different direction. That's what's happening with this 1111 phenomena that's happening. People are seeing this number together, 1111, in different time zones around the world. And this is, it's an opportunity when you see that number for you to stop what you're doing and recognize that you are seeing something at the very same time with other people. So this is, I'm on my iPhone and I had a phone call come through. So 1111 is the collective coming together and waking up and understanding that we are capable of more than we've been allowed to know about for the past, I'm going to say, I don't even want to guess, 10,000 years, maybe longer. But we had capabilities before that we're still capable of today, but we've not been taught them in our childhood. In fact, they've been hammered out of us by a society that lives in this very flatlander reality. That's a book. I forget who the author is. It was written in, I believe, the late 1960s. I'll find that and I'll put it on this page. But the book is called Flatlander, and it talks about the reality of the 3D perspective. Anyways, Krista Raisa is doing a class. She's creating an interdimensional trip, and before I've showed you some of my crystals. I have this one that I've called this my spaceship for years, and the reason I call it spaceship is because you can see literally into it, and I've used this on my forehead, and been able to see geometric shapes, and actually see the visual, like in Star Wars when you see everything kind of going past real fast. I was able to see that here. To wrap this up, again, another small sequence that I'm observing. Very much like the whole 9/11. There's other numbers that people are seeing too. Like they see 222, 333, 444, 555. These are numbers that groups of people are seeing together around the world. So I don't consider it a coincidence that I've been kind of realizing that I needed to make my bed, kind of like almost a spaceship, because when you go to sleep, that's when you naturally are able to go into higher dimensions. And some of my most profound spiritual communication came to me in my dreams. That's really the place, I think, where we can first find hints. You know, Freud talked a lot about this, that dream interpretation is something that can be used in a kind of psychological sense to kind of get an understanding of who a person is. So I've been doing that for a long time, but that was the work that I have been doing for the past 15, 16, maybe even 17 years. And that was like on the dark side. That was me in the darkness, kind of going, okay, where I'm not really getting this. I'm not able to understand everything, but I'm going to continue to take notes. I'm going to document. I'm going to, you know, honor and represent on this side what it is that I'm receiving. And then I feel like this flip the switch has been flipped, and I'm on the other side of this now, where all of the things that I've been coming to are kind of coming into this moment of what I would call the now, right? Where it feels like I'm at a 0 point where I'm able to create in, you know, a different dimensional sense. So this is an opportunity for me to connect with somebody who has taken the time to hear a very specific message from one of our star families in the Orion constellation. So what I understand is that I also have a part of self from the past as well as the future that exists in those dimensional spaces, which at this point to us seem very far away. But when it comes to light and the way that it travels, you know, the distance that needs to be covered is so incredibly immense that a message that was sent 10 million years ago could be here now. So it's difficult for us to try to understand these things from our linear perspective. It's better for us to listen to what comes inside. And if you don't understand something, don't beat yourself up for it, because the most important thing in being able to receive information from this part of self is patience. You have to have patience. So this trip to Orion that I'm going to be participating on with Krista Raisa, I believe is going to be an opportunity for me to connect to the part that has been speaking to me in my dreams and is ready to fill in the blanks. I have so many pieces that I only received a little bit, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to write it down and I'm going to continue on my journey. And I know, I have faith that I will come back to this when it's time. So my bed as my spaceship, yes, because I'm going to be opening some parts of communication. And just as a reminder for all of you, maybe this is the first video that you're watching of mine, what I believe is that we are in process right now of experiencing an evolutionary jump in the mind, in each of our minds. And this evolutionary jump is awakening the communication mechanism that is in the mind to higher dimensions. This is something that we are able to do with each other. Telepathic communication is something that everyone on Earth is capable of today. And it's just something that we've not learned, we've not been taught. In fact, it's been hammered out of us. But what I believe is that the superhuman powers that Superman had, Wonder Woman, all these superheroes that we have invented, the X-Men and all of this, they are prophecies of what we're moving towards right now. Science is proving that we exist in more places than once. And we also know that time is relative, which means that it is it can appear different based on the position, the GPS position of the person who, or the entity, the being of the observer. So we are at a point in the story instead of looking at as the observer. That's what we've been taught in this very square and linear reality. But what we're coming to understand is that we exist in a spherical shape as well, where time is a circle. It literally it moves, and there's one shape like this, and then of course we know that infinity moves like this. So you have to ask yourself the question, what is this? I believe it's some type of orbit, right? Whether it's our galactic orbit, maybe it's our solar system inside of with the zodiac signs. Maybe all of us together, are moving in some type of gravitational shape that's coming to this infinity sign. But the universe is as huge inside as it is out. So we've got this massive physical universe. But what science is also discovering is that we continue at the internal space as well. So the things that we're discovering with nanotechnology, where they're creating these tiny little bots that are going to be doing, super technological things at like a molecular level. And then when we're going deeper and deeper and deeper, our microscopes right now can only go so small. But from a theoretical standpoint, based on mathematics, we've understood that there is an internal space as well. And that internal space is exactly what the brain, the meathead that we have here, is capable of exploring. So it's important to create pathways and neuronets in your brain. You do this through memorization. You do this through dedication and commitment, where you create newness inside of your brain. So all of us are capable of doing these things, but many of us don't yet. So I intend to share with you as I move along on this journey. I might even show you what I'm doing with my bed. All of my crystals are going to be somehow attached to my bed, so that I can, when I go to sleep and I'm in that place, I expect to have clearer communication moving forward, because I'm in the stage of what I call learning to submit to the higher self. And there are times when I hear and I don't listen, and then later I go, shoot, I wish I had listened to my gut. Those are small lessons that can teach us that there is a higher self that we need to embrace. So all of the things that I'm doing right now are brand new, and choosing to go on YouTube and communicate out loud like this was not an easy decision for me. Part of the reason is I know that there's a lot of what I'm saying that is very, I'm talking about sci-fi and all this kind of stuff, but and I'm saying that this stuff is really happening, but I'm speaking from personal experience right now. And they say that crazy people don't know they're crazy. Well, I know that from one perspective, what I'm saying could sound very crazy, but I'm also aware of the fact that there are many, many people out there, and my goal is to find the people who are experiencing similar things, so that we can find each other and start communicating verbally, like I'm doing right now here, and then work to create our own collective, bond, do energy exchanges, help heal each other. I have spent many years doing Reiki, working with my crystals. I've spent many years doing guided meditations, and in recent times, I think it was in January of this year, I became a certified hypnotist, because these are gifts that I have cultivated and I want to help share. So, going to be going on a little journey here with Krista Raisa. And I will keep you posted on how things progress, and the things that I continue to learn. about the sphere of consequence, because this is something that this is a term that was given to me many, many years ago in a dream, and understanding of it flooded to me then. And when I woke up, of course, I forgot it completely, but I was told, don't worry about it. It's stored there, and when it's time to come out, it will. And now's the time.